Good day to everyone. I am Terence Pereira from the Department of Commerce, Milagres College, Hampankatta, Mangalore. I am here before you to talk about the topic, that is functions of human resource management. We'll see what are the functions. The first function in the human resource management, that is job design and job analysis. Now let's consider one organization. It's going to perform, it's going to start, or a company or a business we can say. There, the company or the business who are leading the business might be an entrepreneur. They have to plan how many employees I require, or what is the requirement of an employee for my organization to function in the market. Might be if it's a hotel, if it's a small hotel, later it may grow according to the customers which it has got. But if it's a small hotel, here now the entrepreneur has to think how many employees I should require. Might be 3 to 4 servicemen, or 3 members, those are the chef, those who can work in the kitchen, or 1 cashier, and other employees who can deliver the food to the nearby areas. So here, just an example that was, company should plan the job design, how many members I should require as an employees, and what is their job role. It has to be planned in advance so that the future functions of an HRM, they go smoothly. So job design and job analysis is a primary function of human resource management. Second point, that is employee hiring and selection. As the first point we saw job design and job analysis. After that, now a company has planned now how many employees my organization require. Now it has to go to select the employees. What are the specialization required? Employee should be skilled in which all ways that the organization has already planned, and they should go in search of those employees. Might be through the newspaper ads, through the ads, through social media, and all the technology has improved now. It is not very difficult to search for candidates. Now required vacancy, the company had knew 10 or 20 how many vacancies were required for a company, or how many employees had to fulfill those vacancies. Now it has got some 100 to 200 applications. Now out of those, the organization has to hire, and they have to select the right people or the best people to the organization who can work to achieving the organizational goal which the organization has set. The third point, employee training and development. In this point, the employees already have been hired, they have joined the company, and on the first, that is induction day, we can say, induction program has to be arranged for the employees, so where they can meet each other, maybe they can meet the employee, new employees can meet their colleagues, those are already the employees of the organization, they can meet the manager, they can meet the HR manager, who is the main person in the concept, and other employees also they can meet. And along with this, employees should be trained. They should be trained. What is their job role should be explained theoretically, and training should be given to them theoretically as well as practically, so that that particular employee will improve on his skills and will come to know, okay, being an employee, what is my job role in the business, what job I have to do, what is the connection between my job role and my colleague's job role. That aspect the employee will understand, and he will work towards the organizational goal which is set by the organization. At the next point, compensation and benefits. Benefits and compensation from the major crux of the total cost expenditure of an organization. The primary objective of the benefits and compensation is to establish equitable and fair remuneration for everyone. As it's an important point, now the employee has joined, the training is over, and employee is working, and time has passed. Now the employee has to be paid fair wages or the salaries which the employee is expecting, and which was discussed with an employee while employee joined the organization. If employee has done extra performance or performed well in the organization, might be employee was given 1000 units to produce in 1 month, and employee has produced 1200 units, where better performance has been shown by the employee. There the right amount of compensation, or we can say the commission, or more than commission, we can say incentives, it has to be paid to employees. And what are the other financial benefits which on which the employee has got his or her right. It should be given to employees on the right time. This is the compensation and benefits. Next is employee performance management. Effective performance management ensures that the output of the employees meets the goals and objectives of the organization. Now, effective performance. Now, what are the goals of the organization? Okay, now organization has planned per day 10,000 units of the products have to be produced, and it has to be compared. Okay, 10,000 was a target of an organization, and it has to go into the field now. How many units all the employees has produced? If it has crossed 10,000, then the performance is more satisfactory. If it is exactly 10,000, then we can say satisfactory. If it is below 10,000, then we can say employees should be trained in a better way. They are not able to meet the organizational goals, and they should be given more training, and more than the training, proper motivation should be given to an employee so that the performance management is good. The next point is health and safety regulations. Here, every employer should mandatorily follow the health and safety regulations laid by the authorities. Now, when an employee or group of employees, they are working in a organization, what are the health and safety facilities which should be provided to them? The employer should provide, and HR should look into the matters that these things are provided to an employees. Now, we can say during this pandemic time, the COVID pandemic, where the companies are functioning, or maybe the hospitals we can say, and in the hospitals, the doctors or the nurses, they cannot function or they cannot work as they were working with the doctor's coat or the uniform previously, before pandemic. They are provided the PPE kits or the face shields, the mask, everything. So, same example, let's take into some other organization also. Proper facilities which are important for an employee to save himself or herself from the hazardous aspects or the pandemic aspect, they should be provided to an employees. Might be some other things like fire and safety methods or emergency exits, and all these things which are important for an employee to save himself or herself from the dangerous situation or from the pandemic situation like this, they should be provided on right place and right time, so that employee will not be given a question or given a chance to question over the health and safety regulations. Next point, personal support to an employees. Along with this, employee should be given personal support. This is not a mandatory aspect which I feel, but it is also a duty, I can say. If the organization does this, we can say that the future relationship between an employee and the organization will remain intact, and it will improve most probably. Because just imagine if an employee has met with an accident and who is unable to attend the work for some months, and where the organization is not able to pay the employee because since he is not performing employee at presently in the organization. So, that employee, organization can visit that employee, can give necessary items or necessary things which are required for him to spend his life until he resumes the job, or whatever is possible from the employee's fund, whatever contribution can be given to an employee during his condition where he is unable to attend the job. These things should be provided to an employee, so that the future relationship, the employee will have that thankfulness towards the company, and the relationship between the employee and the company or the organization will remain intact in this point also. And the last point, that is succession planning. Succession planning is a core function of HRM. It aims at planning, monitoring and managing the growth path of an employee from within the organization. Suppose any employees, they have worked more than some years, where you thought that particular employee may work for 1 year or 2 years, or he or she may jump from your organization to some other company. But that employee has not done that. He has worked continuously in your organization. The relationship between the employer and the employee is good over here. Those employees are handpicked by the company, and they are given promotions. Along with incentives and other benefits, they are being given the promotions, where employee will get motivated. He will think that, okay, organization has observed my performance in the company, whatever I have worked and they have rewarded me. That thankfulness employee will have in his mind, and he will take his new responsibility positively, and he will work towards the organizational growth. And we'll see that at the prescribed time, might be organization has planned that it will achieve its growth by a deadline which has been put. Before that deadline, the organization will achieve its growth. This will be a contribution by the employee towards the organization. Thank you, one and all.